Good evening, everyone. This is BremSter. Have you ever had a situation where you are sitting down listening to the radio, or you're in the car and your favourite song comes on, or a song by your favourite band, or you hear an announcement in the newspaper that your favourite author has released a new book, or something like that? If you've ever felt that joy of when sort of it's like, oh my lord, there's something new from someone that I love, you know what it's like when I get a puzzle from Riffclown. Riffclown I love Riffclown puzzles, and if you're another setter who's not Riffclown and you're hearing this message, please don't be offended. But there's something in Riffclown puzzles that just always sparks joy. It just absolutely makes me happy. It may make me angry, it may make me frustrated, it may make me bitter, and it may make me want to yell at Riffclown. But at the end, I will have learned something and I will have found a moment of pure happiness. It may be a moment in the middle of turmoil, but in there will be a moment of pure happiness. Now, I don't know if I'm going to find that in this puzzle. I have been warned this puzzle is much harder than the normal thing that I do on this channel, and I'm warning you right now, this puzzle is apparently much harder than the normal thing I do on this channel. It does use a rule set that you may not have seen before, but this is a rule set that I was involved with, or I was around when this was first being explored, and I was one of the people who was involved in making the early deductions about this rule set. So I'm quite familiar with some of the deductions that this rule set can come along with. But I've still been warned, this one is going to test me. Does that mean that this video may come with breaks? So I can, not have 20 minutes of me not discovering something. I may edit all of that out. Maybe. I'm hoping not. But a new Riffclown puzzle has appeared, and I'm absolutely going to take advantage of that. So, what I am going to do is I am going to turn on my air conditioner because it's starting to warm up here. Hopefully that happened. So, so this is Mayan Ruins by Riffclown. Apparently it's new, apparently it's really good, and apparently it's quite tricky. So, how does this one work? So, normal Sudoku rules apply. So, in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We also have run on Renbans, which are these slightly faded pink lines, or these long Renban lines. Basically, all of the lines are run on Renbans, but you'll understand in a minute. Any sequence of 5 cells along the purple lines must contain a run of 5 consecutive digits in any order without repeats. What that basically means is that any 5 cells we pick on these lines, so whichever cells we pick, any 5 cells we pick is going to act like its own independent Renban. So this will be a Renban of length 5. This will be a Renban of length 5. This will be a Renban of length 5. So, and this will exist on any of these long lines. Now, the other rule is just Renban. Lines shorter than 5 cells must contain a run of consecutive digits in any order without repeats. So this is just going to be a run of consecutive digits without repeats. This is going to be a run of consecutive digits without repeats. This is going to be a run of consecutive digits without repeats. What that run looks like, I don't know, but that's the way it's going to work. But these long lines, because these are shorter than 5, so that is how that works. But the longer lines, every sequence of 5 digits that you can make along it is going to be its own independent Renban. I love this rule set, and I've been warned. So let's restart the puzzle to restart my timer, and let's give this a shot. So let's start with the deduction I know about run on Renbans. So I do know something about run on Renbans. Now I'm going to make sure I have my conflict checker turned off. Where is the conflict checker? Off. And the reason I want that is this example is going to break it. So let's say that this was a Renban line here. Well, actually, yeah, let's pick this as a, actually, I'm going to mark these cells. Let's mark these cells here and say that these were a Renban, and let's pick any value. Let's just say these were 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is a Renban which happens to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know that that's true, but let's say that is the case. What do we know about this cell? Now this cell has to be in a Renban with that. Now let's actually put these values in 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And let's actually mix it up a little bit. So actually, let's not. Let's just do this. It's an example. What do we know about that digit right there? Well, this is from 3, 4. Oh, actually, let's do mix it up. Let's make this 3 and this 5. So this is a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Renban. So this is a Renban that goes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What do we know about that digit? Well, that digit must be able to make a Renban with these digits. So this digit here, this has to work with a 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this has to either be 2 or 7. And what do we know about this digit? This must be 3, 4, 5, 7. This digit here must be the 6 to make this Renban work. So what we end up with is, if you look at this, and this is the example I was aiming for, any digit that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away, or basically, if you start with the digit 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, every 6 digits along the line must either be the same digit or possibly 5 apart because of the length of the line. And whichever way we do this, this digit could never have been, no, whichever way we drew this, this can never be a 3 because of the way, or it must be at least 5 different or the same digit as the digit that is 5 away from it, because whichever way we draw any of these lines, and you can get this logically, because if you think about it, if this is A, B, C, D, E, whatever we put on this Renban line, and this is the big trick with run on Renbans, and when you need to understand it to be able to solve puzzles like this, but whatever you put on this, the digit at the end is going to be completing the Renban. Let's just do it with sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 here. This could be 1 or 6, because 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would make a Renban, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would make a Renban. Here, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it. I can't put a 0 here. So this is the same digit, and this is either the same digit or 5 apart. It's just the way it works. And any example you put in, that is going to be the case. And that is because of the nature of the fact that this digit has to contribute to the Renban, and this digit has to contribute to the same 4 digits on the Renban. Whatever these digits are, it doesn't matter how I position these, 5, 3, and if I was to change this to a 6, then this digit here, 2, 3, 4, 5, this has to be a 1 or a 6, which is still the same or 1 different. It doesn't matter how I position it. It's always going to be the case. And understanding that bit of logic is incredibly important. Now, understanding that bit of logic, let's have a look at this puzzle. So where do I want to start? So there's something going on with these ones. 1 is in one of these. Can that be a 1? Because if 1 is on this line, this is 1, 2, 3, because once you put 1 onto a Renban, if 1 is on here, this is 1, 2, 3. If 1 is here, then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all of those digits there would become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if that is a 1, which is incredibly powerful. But can that be a 1? Well, if these were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that digit there would have to be a 1 or a 6, because these would be 2, 3, 4, 5. And what would I put there? I would need to make this a Renban, which would have 2, 3, 4, 5 on it. That would have to be 1 or 6, and it can't be. So this is not the 1. This is 1, 2, 3, and that is not the 1. Okay. So 6 is in one of those two. But this can't be 6 for the same reason, because if this is 6, this is part of a Renban, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that digit would have to be 5 away from the 6, so that would have to be 1 or 6, and that can't be the 6, so this is the 6. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. And I know people are going to turn around and say, well, why is that not being able to be, why is that not being able to be 106 doesn't force this? And if you try and make a Renban here, whichever Renban you make with the 6 here, this digit has to be 106 to make the Renban continue. Because of, if this was 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, and remember every 5-cell long Renban must have a 5 on it, because a 5-cell long Renban, if you start with 1 it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if you start with 9 it goes 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. But if I was to make this 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, this would be 7, 8, 9, 5. That would need to be a 6, and I can't do it. And if I was to go down 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, this would need to be 1 or 6, because I'd have 2, 3, 4, 5. This would have to be 1 or 6, and I can't do it. It's just, this cannot be 6 because that cannot be 1 or 6. Which is fascinating. So I do know something about that digit, because this is a Renban. So this has to be either the same 4, 5, and 8, or 5 different. Well, this can't be 9. 5 would make it 5, and 8. Oh, so this is 3, 4, 5, 8. And that's not so great. But this one is the same, isn't it? No, it can also be 9. That's not so good. So that's not where I want to be looking. So this 6 maybe, because that 2, 3, 4, 5, that is a Renban. So this digit has to be the same or 5 away, and it can't be a 6. So this is a 1. And that's huge, because now this is a 5-cell long Renban with a 1 on it. So these are 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5-cell long line with a Renban with a 5 on it. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is a 5-cell long Renban on it with a 1 on it. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a 2, 3, 4, 5 quadruple. So these are 8 and 9, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, these are 8 and 9. Hang on, so this has an 8 or a 9 on it. And it doesn't have a 6, so this is a 7, 8, 9 with a 7. So this doesn't have an 8 on it. So these are just from 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is from 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is in one of those two by Sudoku. 7 is in one of those two by Sudoku. Because 7 here and the 7 pointing in here, 7 is in one of those two. 7 is on that line. So that means, doesn't that force 6 onto the line? Because how do I not include 6 on the line now? Any 5-cell long Renban with a 7 on it, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So every line has a 5 on it, and to connect the 5 and the 7, I must include a 6. So if I was to draw any 5-cell line along here we go. Let's draw that as a 5-cell line. That 5-cell long Renban line must have a 7 on it, because one of those two is a 7. And because it must have a 5 on it, for reasons I've already explained, and it must have a 7 on it, it must also have a 6 on it. But I can't put a 6 in any of those cells because that 6 sees them, and that becomes a 6. This is fascinating. So Can this now be a 3? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, these would be 4, 5, and 7, which I don't see as a problem. Hang on, but I can't put 2 in any of those. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I can't put 2 in any of those cells. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I can't get down to 2. So on these cells, I cannot go as low as 2. There's no 2 there, and there's no 2 in any of those. That's a 2, and 2 comes out of there. And this is now a 3, 4, 5 triple. So there must be a 4 on here. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. No, that does work. So maybe I need to shift the Renban I'm looking at now, because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hang on. No, this 3, 4, 5, 7. There's no 2 here anymore. Right, I'm going to change the line I'm looking at. I'm not always going to highlight it. On this line, where is the 2? Because that is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line. The 2 is not in any of those cells. It's in one of those 2 cells, and this is not a 2. Now, on this 5-cell line, the 2 is marked, is clearly in those 2, and that is not a 2. 6. Once 6 is on a line, you can never put 1 on it. So I can never put 1 in any of these cells, but I don't think I could have anyway. Okay. What is... Hang on, this can't be a 7. So this line can't go up. So this can't be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it must be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is also 2, 3, 4, 5. This line is 2, 3, 4, 5. There's going to be something about the way the geometry of this works where, like, for example, because this line needs to have a 2 on it, because otherwise it'd be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I can't put 7 in any of those cells. That there can't be a 2, because the only place I can put 2 on this line is there and there. So if this was a 2, I would knock 2 off that line. So this is not a 2. There's going to be tricks like that all over the place. I was warned this was going to be tricky. I'm still not following it. There's got to be something more going on with this line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. Hang on, I can't put a 2 in any of those cells. I can't put a 2 in any of those cells because this 2 sees all 4 of the cells that aren't included. So what is that line? It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can it be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? I think it can. But there's... So there must be a 7 on that line now. So there is a 7 either there or there. But this line can't have a 2. Hang on, this line must have a 3 on it. Let's look at that line. I'm going to highlight it because 3 must be in one of those cells. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are from 3, 4, 5, and 7. Because this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because 7 is in one of those 2, but 3 is in one of those 3. Because 3 is in one of those 3, that's not the 3. Now, if 3 is in one of these become 2, 4, 5. And both that and that become 3. And that's okay. Ooh. Ooh, this is tricky. I don't know what to look at. So up here, this line, it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, or 3, 4, 5. So it's got a 3 on it, or it's 7, 8, 9. Down here, I can't put 1 in any of those. So 1 is in one of those. If 1 is on this line, then literally all of these, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, all of those would be 2, 3, 4, 5. Can all of those be 2, 3, 4, 5? Looks like it. Like it would force lots of stuff, but it looks like it. One is up here. That's not it. Oh, I feel that there's something I've missed. This is... 2 is in one of those 2. If 2 was here, this would... if 2 is here, then that's a 2. 2 is in one of those 2. I don't see why that's a problem. Three is in one of these 2 now. What does that do? I thought getting these 2s would do more. Okay, so let's do some... Well, wait a minute. No, there is something I can do here. That cell, that is a Renban. That cell there can't be an 8 anymore. because if this is an 8, this would have to be an 8 or a 3, and it can't be. So that's not an 8. So this is a 3, 4, 5, 7. This is the 8. So this is not an 8. This is a 4, 5 pair. Right. Which means on this Renban, I've already got the 4, 5. So that's not a 4, 5. There's 4, 5, 6. That can't... Right, let's look at this Renban. So I've got 4, 5, 6. If this is 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7, and it can't be, or 2. So if this is 7, this is... Sorry, if this is 3, this is 2. It'd be 3, 4, 5... it'd be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it can't be. If this is 7, 4, 5, 6, 7... this would be 3, it can't be 8. But if this cell, no, I've already done it. Now this cell is connected to that cell, because here I've got the same properties. If this is 3, 4, 5, so if this, so let's unhighlight that one and highlight that one. If this is 3, 4, 5, 6, well, on that line, I've already got the 4, 5. This is a 3, 7 pair. There's no 3 there. That's a 4, 5 pair. That's a 3. And on this line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I've already got the 3, and 3's come out of all of those. The 3, 7 pair I could have taken 3 out of there, but it also took 3 out of there, which is useful. This is a 2, 4, 5. This is a 3, 7. These are 6, 8, and 9. This is 2, 4, 5. So this line... oh, this is cool. This line here has 2, 4, 5 on it. So that can't be a 4 or 5. That's a 3. 3 comes out of there. The 3 makes that the 2, which takes the 2 out of there. This is a 1, 3 now. Oh, the 4, 5 pair in the row makes that the 2. So that is not a 2. This is a 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. 2, 3... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3. Well, this 5 cell line can't have another 2 on it. That's a 4, 5, and I've got a 4, 5 pair in the row. So what's this? If this is 3, 4, 5, 6... it can't be 2, so it'd be 7, because I can't, so it can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that'd be 7. And if this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sorry, if this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and if it's 4, 5, 6, 7, this would have to be 3 or 8. I've already been 20 minutes on this puzzle. Now, I know that these 4 5s are different. So, for example, those are the same and those are the same, but they don't see those. So I'm not sure what that's doing. It's got to be something with this line. I don't seem to have as much information up here as I do down here, because this is doing something. Like if I put one on here, these just become 1, 2, 3, 4. These would be 1, 2, these would be 3, 4. And that's not broken. So I can put one on these. Now, if I put one here, all of these become 2, 3, 4, 5. And that doesn't work. If either of these are a 1, this would have to be 2, 3, 4, 5, and it sees 2, 3, 4, 5. Neither of those can be a 1. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is cool. And the reason the 1, 2, 3, 4 is because as soon as I put a 1 onto this triangle, let me go through that again, because I may have done that quickly because I'm comfortable with this. If this is a 1, any 5-cell line that I draw off this would therefore need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this is a 1, these would need to be 2, 3, 4, 5 to make the 5-cell long Renban work. But this cannot be 2, 3, 4, or 5. If this is a 1, this 5-cell long Renban would need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 1, so this would need to be 2, 3, 4, 5, and it can't be. So neither of those are a 1. Now, on this, I've put a 1 on a 4-cell long Renban. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 1, 2 takes the 1, 2 out of here. That becomes a 3, 4, and that becomes the 1, 2. I realized I went through that very quickly because I'm seeing stuff and it's making me very excited. I know the jokers don't talk to me at parties. No one ever does, so it's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. 5. Oh, yeah. These are from 5, 7, 8, 9. So if this is a 5, right. So this is now very forced. If this is a 7, an 8, or a 9, this is a 7, 8, 9. If this is a 5, this is 3. So these are either 3, 4, or they're 7, 8, 9. Can these be 3, 4? Sure, why not? So they're 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. If they're 3, 4, this becomes 2, this becomes 7, 8. I don't see a problem with any of that. In fact, if these were 3, 4, this would be 2, so this would need to be 3, and that couldn't be the 3. So that would be the 4, and that would be the 3. The 4 would make that a 4, which would make that a 4. This would be a 3. This would be a 7. 7, 6, 5, 4. This would be 3 or 8. This would be 8. Because it couldn't be 7 because the 7 would be there. Now, it's not really... It's feeling like a very long chain. There's something going on with 1s and 2s up here for certain. One is in here. This can't be a 1. Oh, hang on. This could be a 1. No, because this is not a 5. This is a 7, 8, or 9. This cannot be a 1. Sorry, I was thinking, hang on, I've proved that I couldn't put a 1 on here. How is it now a 1? And it's not, because the 4, 5 makes this only 7, 8, 9. So 5 is up here in one of those two. What about 2? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Wait a minute, 5 is in one of those two by Sudoku. Because 5 can't go in any of those, and 5 isn't on the triangle. 5 is in one of those two. Six has to be on here somewhere. Because this is 987. So if I draw any 5-cell line off this, it must contain a 6. Because 98765, 87654, 76543. So it must contain a 6 and a 5. Any 5-cell line I draw off this cell must contain a 6 and a 5, including that one, which can't have a 6 there, but it can have one there. But if this is a 6, that has to be a 6 as well. Which seems fine. Because that is the 6th cell along. That's the next cell at the other end of the Renban. Because these are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 6, 7, 8, 9, and these are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, not there yet. But there's definitely something going on with that line. So hang on, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I can't put 2 on this line, and 2 can't be in either of those cells. So 2 is in one of those two. If this is a 2, there must be a 3 on this line. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Two is also in one of those two, because I can't put 2 on this line, because this is 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 by maximum. But 3 in this box is down here. Oh, I've already got the 3 up here. That's fine. Can I put 3 on this line? 3 and 4 would go here. This would be 5. These would be 3, 4, and 6. Otherwise, 3 is in one of those two. Okay. There's something here I'm missing. There's some beautiful, elegant design. Or obvious piece of incredibly obvious thing. Incredibly obvious thing. So if I was to draw this, there has to be a 6 on that line. If I draw this, there has to be a 6 on that. There has to be a 6 on that line. Holy cow! On this line, there must be a 6 because there's a 7, 8, or 9 on it. And the 6 has to be in one of those 3 cells, because this 6 knocks 6 out of there. So the 6 that must exist on this line is here, here, or here, which means I can't put 6 in any of those cells, and there's a 6 in one of those two. Which means on this line, the 6s are here, and it cannot be here. And on this line, the 6 is in one of those two. Oh, this sort of iterative bouncing is just crazy. But if this is the 5, this is a 5. And then this is a 5. But if this is a 5, this is a 5, and this is a 5, and all of that is okay. And then this would be a 5, and everything would be cool and normal with the universe. There's something going on here. So now 6 in this box is in one of those 3. But, it could be in that one. So 6 here is in one of those. 6 here is in one of those, because the pointing 6s here takes 6s out of those. So on this line, 6 is in one of those 2. So this is 6. No, this isn't 6, 7, 8, 9, because I could still put 4 on this line. This could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This still could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, this line can't have a 3 on it. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at least. So there must be a 7 on this line, because I can't put a 3 on it. And the 7 on this line is not there. There's lots of places for it. I suppose the question is, can this be 9? Because then all of these would be from 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I'm not seeing a problem with that either. I can't put 4 and 5 on this line. There's got to be something going on with that 4, 5. The fact that there is a 4 and a 5 in each of these boxes. But if this is a 5, this is a 5. And this is a 4. So can I ever put 4 on this line? Hang on, how do I ever put 4 on this line? If this is a 5, this is a 5, this is a 4, and then this line here could never have a 4 on it. If this is a 5, but if this is a 5, I can put a 4 on this, because then this becomes a 5, this becomes the 5, and the 4 is free. I could go down to a 4. I need something. This is where I've gotten stuck. I have gotten stuck. So, okay, is it the lines at the top? I don't feel it can be. So, if this is a 6, this is a 6. If this is a 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this... Oh, this can't be a 6. If this is a 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this... Oh, that would be a 6. If this is a 6, that's a 6. If this is a 6, that's a 6. So, yeah, and we already know one of those two is a 6. Damn it! I've just gotten back to where I started. So can I do something with this? No, that's not forced at all. Those two? No, I'm not seeing it. That and that? I was just looking at that. I can't see it. Now this cell, if I move that to there, that cell talks to that one. But that can't be 1 or 6 anyway. This can't be 1, 2, 3. It could be 4 or 5, and this could be 4 or 5. That doesn't break anything. Well, hang on. If this is a 5, this is a 5, and this is a 5. If this is a 5, this is a 5, and this is a 5. So 5 must be in one of those two in each of these boxes. Because there's if I put a 5 anywhere else in this box, like if I can't put a 5 there, I can't put a 5 in any of those. If I put a 5 here, this becomes a 4, this becomes a 5, and wherever I put this 5, wherever I put the 5 here, I'm not making the 5 work. No, one of these two has to be the 5. Does that do anything? Not that I'm seeing. Okay, what is it? I don't want to fail on this puzzle. The top line I've got nothing on. It feels like it's got to be this bottom line, doesn't it? Like I can see I have to put 1s and 2s up here. But I can't, they have to be separated. But that's okay. Because I can't put 1, 2 here because that'd break that cell, and I can't put 1, 2 here, that'd break that cell. But I could still put 1 and 2 on the line, I think. Well, I couldn't put 1 in any of those cells. Well, I couldn't put 1 there. So 1 is in one of those 3. Because if I put 1 here, this line becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That can't be 2 or 3. So the 2, 3 would go here, and that doesn't work. So 1 can't be there. What about here? These would be 2, 3, 4. Hang on, if this is a 1, all of these cells become 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that work? This would be the 5. So I couldn't repeat the 5 on the line at all. So all of these cells would become 2, 3, 4. So this would be a 2, 3, 4 triple. This would be a 5. These would be 2, 3, 4. This would be 1 or 6. That looks fine. This is 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can't see it. Okay, if 3 was on this line, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 and 4 would be in this box. This would become 5, this would become 4. 3, 4. The 3 would be down here, this would be a 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that broken? Sorry, I've lost it. I've really lost the plot. If this is 8, hang on. If this is 8, this is 3. If this is 7, this is 3. And if this is... hang on, this can never be 3. If this is 8, this is... oh, hang on. If this is 8, this is 7. And that could be 3, 4. This would be 3. And this would be 2. If that is 8, then this is 3, 4, 5. If this is 7, this is 3, and this can't be the 3. And if this is 3, this can't be the 3. And if this, for this to be 3, 4, 5, this is 8. No, I don't have it. I've done 20 minutes. I've done another, 15 minutes with no progress. I hate this. I absolutely hate this. I want to find something. I feel I'm right there, but I've felt that for 15 minutes now. If this is 3, this can't be 3, 4. If this is 2, this is 3. This is 7. And then this could be 8, and this could be 3, 4, 5. It doesn't break. No, it just... damn it. I'm looking in the wrong place. I know I'm looking in the wrong place. I feel it has to be down here. Six is in one of these two. The 6 on this line is here. If this is a 6, this is a 6. And then that would be a 6. The 6 on this line, if that's the 6, that's a 6. And then one of those is a 6. The 6 on this line, one of those two is the 6 on this line. If that's the 6, I'd have to put 6 in one of those. Or if that's a 6, that's a 6. And that would put a 6 down in one of those two, which is fine. If that's a 6, none of that breaks. If there was something like 4 being knocked off one of these lines, but I can't see how to do that. I know it's knocked off one of them by this. If this is... there must be a 5 in one of these. But that doesn't force 4 on... And I still could put 3 on this line. One in this column? No, one could be in... Oh, but one could be there. No, I was thinking, hang on, one has to be in one of those two in the column, but that's not true for the whole box, so it doesn't force anything in this row. One could be there. One can't be there. Actually, it could, because that could be a 2 or a 3. Okay, BremSter, knuckle down, figure this out. If this is the 5, where does the 5 go in this line? Because it wouldn't be in this box. It wouldn't be in any of those. So if this is a 5, I need to put a 5 on this line, and it wouldn't be in any of those. And the same is true here. So the 5 wouldn't be in any of those. So the 5s would have to exist in those spaces. Does that work? Does that work? Wait a minute. The 5 would... if this is 5, the 5's... getting rid of this. The 5 would exist in those spaces. And if this was a 5, this would be a 5. This would be a 5. This would be a 5. And that would make that a... oh, it does work. Because 1, 2, 3, 4... no, hang on. If this is... but no, that doesn't work. Because any cell that is 5 cells... that is 6 cells away... so this would be a 5-cell long Renban. If this is a 5... the only places on the lines I could put 5s are those cells. Holy cow, this is it. It's taken me 20 minutes to find it, or is it 30? I don't know. But it's taken me this long to find it, but it is there. If this is a 5, I need to put a 5 on this line. This being a 5 means it couldn't be in any of those, so it's in one of those two. If it's here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, this would be a 5-cell long Renban, and to make the rest of the line work, that would have to be a 5, and it couldn't be. If it's here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that would have to be a 5, and it can't be. This is not a 5. That's a 7, 8, 9. Holy cow. That's tricky. So there's no 3 here. There's no 4 here. This is 7, 8, 9. This is a 5. I just hit the wrong button. I wanted to get rid of the colouring. There we go. Right. This is a 5. Has that done anything, though? Well, these are 1, 2, 3, 4. And this isn't a 1, because if this is a 1, these are 2, 3, 4, and that is broken. These could be 2, 3, 4. Oh, Lord. Is that giving me nothing? That was amazing, but oh my Lord. Come on, that has to have given me something. So now there must be a 4 on every one of these lines. So there's got to be a 4 in one of those. There has to be a 4 in one of these, because there is... because if this was a line, It has to have at least a 4 on it, because if I don't have a 4 on it, how do I connect the digit that isn't a 4 here? There'd be something lower than a 5. So there's a 4 in every one of these lines now, because wherever I draw, I've either got a 4 or a digit lower than 4 in one of these two cells. And in this 5-cell line, I have at least a 3 and a 4. So this line, 3, 4, 5, the maximum I can put into these cells is 6. Hang on, I can't... This line can't have a 6 on it. So this is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line. That line there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I must put a 1 in it somewhere. The 1 is not there. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line. There's no 2, 3 there. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line. That's possibly been there for a very long time. That had been there for ages because of this 6. All of those cells see the 6. So I couldn't put a 6 on that 5-cell line. Remember I mentioned moments of frustration? Right. If this can't be a 1, oh yes it could, because those could be the same digit. 1, 4, oh hang on, but this is the same line. I can't put 5 anywhere on the line. Can't put 5 anywhere on this line. But there is, but if I unhighlight this cell and highlight this cell, there is a 1 in one of those two, because the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here means that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this cell is from 1, 2, 3, 4. Because there has to be a 1 in one of those two to make this 5-cell line work. But it's no 1 because the 1 is in here. So this is a 2, 3, 4. So what about this line now? If this is a 4, this is a 2, 3, and this is 1 or 6. If this is a 1, this is 2, 1, 2, if this is a 1, this is almost anything. Ah, damn it. What about that? Can that be a 1? So now I want to look at this 5-cell line. It can't go above 6, because it has to have 3 of 2, 3, 4 on it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. What about this 5-cell line? That one could go as high as 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need something more. Does that do... Oh, man, that was so cool. I can't believe I missed that 6 not being able to be on this line. Is there something else like that? Like that digit sees all of that line, but I already know that's at least... it can't be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can't put a 3 in any of those cells, because if I did, this would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they all see that cell, and I couldn't put a 3 or a 4 in it. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. So if there is a 3 on this line now, it's there. So 3 can't go there or there, but it still could go there. If this was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those would be 3 and 4. So this would be a 4. Okay, up here. This line was way more powerful than I thought it was, and I missed that for a very long time. If this... Five in this row. Yeah, I've got an X-wing on fives. So what? That's not helping me at all. So fives are in those, fives are in those, fives are in those. They're the possible places for fives, I think. So I can't put five in any of those. I can't put five in any. So five is in these cells, in these boxes. Because I don't think it does anything. But hang on. Ah, this line has a 1 on it. Hang on, how did I get that? Did I do that erroneously? No, Did I make a mistake with that logic? I don't think I did at the time. No, because this line had to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 is either there or there. If I put 1 in those, that becomes a 1, and then 1 is there. Hang on a minute. If I put 1 here, 1 is there by Sudoku. If I put 1 here, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line. These are also from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without being a 5. These are from 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no 2 there. There's no 3 there. So this is also a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line. But that can't be a 1. That's a 3 or a 4. This is crazy. So this is now a 1, 2, 3, 4 triple or quadruple. That line, the 1 is in one of those two. This line, the 1 is in one of those two. These are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sure people are going to complain. So how? Because if that was a 1, 1 was up here, and then this would be a 1 by Sudoku putting 1 on the line. If this isn't the 1 is there, forcing this to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line. That's nuts. If this is a 1 now, that's a 4, and that's the 1. Can I ever put 1 up here now? Those would both be 1s, which I think works. Okay, so let's look at the distancing thing. Those are a line. So this has to be the same or 5 away. So that's not a 2. Now we take this away. We put this one in, that digit and that digit connected. So that's not a 2. Because this would have to be the same or 5 away. So that is not a 2. We take this one out and we put this one in, and those are connected. And they are. They could be the same. So now 2 is in one of those two. On this line, wait a minute. No. That's not the line I want to look at. This is the line I want to look at. Because that line must have a 2 on it. That line must have a 2 on it. Because it's either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because it can't be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because I can't put 7 on the line. So it must have a 2 on it. The 2 can't go in any of those cells. The 2 is in one of those 2 cells, and that becomes a 3, which means this is not a 3. That means this is not a 3. There must be a 3 on this line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 3. There's no 3 in any of those. The 3 looks down making this the 1 and this the 3. There is no 1 here anymore. So this is the 1 because I can't put 1 here. I couldn't put 1 on the line. Why couldn't that be a 1? Why did I have that 1 pencil mark? Oh, because of the 1, 2. This is a 1. This is not a 1. This is the 4. This is a 2. And this is a 1 or a 6. This now can't be 2 or 4 because if I take this away and put this on, and this is the slowest way to solve it, it's already got a 2, 4 on the line. That's a 1. So if I get rid of the colouring because I can do this quicker now, this 5-cell line already has 1 and 5 on it. So that can't be a 4. That's the 4. That's the 3. That's the 2. The 4 looks down, making that the 5, which makes that the 4, which makes that the 5 and that the 4. This is 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't repeat 3 on the line. That's the 7, that's the 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. This can't be an 8 because I wouldn't be connected. This is 7, which takes 7 out of there. I've got an 8, 9 pair. That becomes the 7. Put 7 in one of those two by Sudoku. This 2 means that's not the 2. This is the 2. This is not the 2. This is the 2. This is 6, 7, 8, 9. And it's not 6, it's 7, 8, 9. So 6 is in one of those two, which means that is not 6. But I must put 6. This 5-cell long line must have a 6 on it because I can't use a 1, I must have the 6 on the line. And I can't put 6 in any of those cells and I can't put a 6 there. That is a 6. This is crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not the 5. This is the 5, which means this is not the 5 and this is the 5. This line is just resolving itself. Like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is either 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 1, 2. Oh, the 1 makes this a 6. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the only line I haven't resolved now is this bottom one. There's no 7 there anymore. There's no 7 there anymore. There's no 7 there anymore. Oh, there's no 7 in either of those. That's the 7. This is an 8, 9 pair. So I know what that is. That's a 1. So this is not the 1. What are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Well, there's no 6 there. That's an 8, 9, giving me an 8, 9 pair in the column. Oh, there's no 6 there either. That's the 6 because of the 6 in the row. There's no 1 in either of those because of everything we've already got. Oh, the 1 looks down making that the 2 and that the 1. The 2 looks up making that the 4 and that the 2. The 4 looks down making that the 5 and that the 4. This can't repeat a 4 on the line, so that's the 5 and that's the 4, which means this is not the 5. This is the 5, which makes that the 5 because of the repeating the 5 away rule. This is the 5. This is not the 5. Now, 1 is now here because of Sudoku, because I can't put 1 in any of those cells. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these are 7, 8, and 9. There's a 7, 8 already in that column, so that's the 9. This is a 7, 8. The 8, 9 looks across, making that the 7 and that the 8. The 8, 9, I don't know, but this 8, 9 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are a 3, 7 pair. But I can't put 3 here, can I now? Because it'd have to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but I have to have at least 2 of 7 or 8. That's the 7, that's the 3, that takes 7 off both of those. This is an 8, 9 pair, taking 8, 9 out of those. Whoops. Yes, no, that does work because this now becomes 6, 7, but there's a 7 looking down. This is the 6, this is the 7. There's no 7 there. This is 8, 9. What is, well, I know what this digit is. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 4. 4, 5, 6. These are 7, 8, 9. There's no 7 there. This is a 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. This has to be an 8 now because 9 doesn't work with a 4 on it. This is the 8. This is the 9. That makes this the 9 and this the 8. Sorry it took so long, everyone. It took me a while to find those key deductions, but when I found them, and this is what a Riffclown puzzle is. This is why I love Riffclown puzzles, because while it may take you a while to find it, when you find the absolutely glorious deduction, oh my lord, you get rewarded for it. So the 9 makes this the 8 and this the 9. That's assuming I haven't made a terrible mistake. The 8 makes this the 9, and now this 3 makes this the 4 and this the 3, and now I just need to resolve this box. Now, I can look at this. This is, I need to put a 6 on this line in order to make the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 work. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that works. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, that works. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That works. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 8 and 9, and they're resolved by that will do. 9 and 8. Correct solution of the puzzle. It took me 70 minutes. I'm really sorry that this took me 70 minutes, everyone. This is 28 solves in 10 days. That is not enough. Let's get that up. I'm expecting people to come back and say, I didn't understand. I'm also expecting people to say, please explain your logic. I'm expecting people to get confused about that. If you don't understand the logic of why the digits that, like on a Renban like this, why this digit had to be the same digit or 5 away, I tried to explain it as best I could, and I think that was a chunk of my solve time. Maybe it wasn't, but hopefully you get that, because otherwise there's just no way for these digits to work, because it has to contribute to both Renban lines, and that really does constrain it, because if it wasn't 5 away or the same digit, the next Renban along would be broken. This puzzle, holy cow. Just amazing. That is mind-blowingly good, and I'm glad I was able to solve it. And this is going to be a very long video. And how long is my recording? Nearly 80 minutes long, which for my channel is incredibly rare. But I hope you think this puzzle is worth it. I don't often cover puzzles that are this difficult. I don't normally enjoy puzzles that are this difficult, but I knew what I was going to get from Riffclown was going to be absolutely stunning, and I am not disappointed in that. I'm sorry about the 20 minutes in the middle where I got completely, maybe 30, where I got completely and utterly stuck. Hopefully people sped up through that. Thank you, Riffclown. This is the sort of rewarding thing. Just absolutely stunning. Holy cow. That was miraculous. Yeah. A new book from my favorite author. Thank you everyone for watching. The comments on this one, we'll see how they go. I hope not too many people will turn around. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people say, you spent way too long not spotting this. Yep, I absolutely did. I absolutely did. That was completely and utterly silly of me, and I am very, very sorry. But apart from that, yeah, that was tricky. Thanks everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.